हरि ओम।
Yes, Nana, record.
सर्वधि साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणम् सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ दशमोऽध्यायः विभूतियोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच भूय एव महाबाहो शृणु मे परमं वचः यत्तेऽहं प्रीयमाणाय वक्ष्यामि हितकाम्यया। न मे विदुः प्रभवं न महर्षयः अहमादिर्हि देवानां महर्षीणां च सर्वशः। यो माम् अजम् अनादिं च वेत्ति लोकमहेश्वरम् असम्मूढसमर्थ्येषु सर्वपापैः प्रमुच्यते। बुद्धिर्ज्ञानमसम्मोहः क्षमा सत्यं दमः शमः सुखं दुःखं भवो भावो भयं चाभयमेव च अहिंसा समता तुष्टिः तपोदानं यशो अयशः भवन्ति भावा भूतानां मत्त एव पृथग्विधाः। महर्षयः सप्त पूर्वे चत्वारो मनवस्तथा मद्भावा मानसा जाता येषां लोक इमा प्रजाः। एतां विभूतिं योगं च मम यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः सोऽविकम्पेन योगेन युज्यते नात्र संशयः। अहं सर्वस्य प्रभवः मत्तः सर्वं प्रवर्तते इति मत्वा भजन्ते मां बुधा भावसमन्विताः मच्चित्ता मद्गतप्राणाः बोधयन्तः परस्परम् कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च। तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मामुपयान्ति ते। तेषामेवानुकम्पार्थम् अहमज्ञानजं तमः नाशयाम्यात्मभावस्थः ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता। Yeah, we'll get back to the fifth verse. Yeah, fifth verse is Ahimsa Samata Tushti. Fourth and fifth verse are kind of a couplet. Buddhir Jnanam Asammohaha Krama Satyam Damasya Sukham Dukkham Bhavo Abhavo Bhayam Cha Abhayameva Cha Ahimsa Samata Tushtihi. tapodanam yasho ayashaha bhavanti bhava bhutanam mattayeva pradhak vidaha. We have covered up to here. Okay. And I have a feeling that fourth verse's Tatparya is perhaps missed out. I don't know. Can you shift this up, Brahmara? Brahmara, yeah. Buddhi, understand, yeah. Yeah, it's not missed out. It is there. The capacity to understand, that is Buddhi. Jnanam, knowledge. Asammohaha, freedom from delusion. Kshama, accommodation, composure. Kshama. Then this is what is the Sanskrit for this? Damashamaha. Truthfulness is coming later, I think. Kshamo, buddhi jnanam asammohaha. Kshama satyam. Okay. Kshama satyam damashamaha. Sukham dukkham bhayam abhayamevacha. Ahimsa, harmlessness. Ahimsa, samata, tushtihi. Samata, tushtihi. Then ahimsa, samata, tushtihi. What was that? Ahimsa, samata, tushtihi. Tapodanam, yasho, ayashaha. Correct. Tapodanam, yasho, ayashaha. Tapodanam, yasho, ayashaha. Bhavanti bhava bhutanam. Mattayeva pradhak vidaha. All these are from out of me only. All these qualities, noble manifestations are my glories. Okay? Now we'll go to 6th verse. Before that, any doubts? If there are no doubts, we'll go on to the 6th verse.
Yeah, there are none in the WhatsApp group, but if there is anybody else who has any doubts, please ask.
Yeah. Now, 6th verse, please. Yeah. Maharshaya sapta purve chatvaro manavastadha madbhava manasa jataha esham loka ima prajaha. Esham loka ima prajaha. Maharshaya. Okay, Maharshaya. Sapta purve, the ancient 7 Maharshis. Saptaya purve. Then Chatvaro Manavastadha. Why only Chatvaro Manavaha was mentioned? There are 14 Manus, no? In every Manvantara, we'll come to that. Tadha as well as Madbhava. Those whose minds are resolved in me. Their minds are one with me. Manasa Jataha. They are born out of my mind. Okay? Manasa Jataha. Esham of these, imaha prajaha, are all these living beings, loke, in these worlds, all these living beings, including, not only human beings, all living beings are developed by these people. These people, Maharshaya Saptapurve, these were the Prajapatis. And Chatvaro Manavastadha, out of the 14 Manus, only 4 are kind of nominated to be the Prajapatis, to enhance and engender the population, okay, the living beings. Maharshaya Saptapurve Chatvaro Manavastadha. All these are Madbhava Manasa Jataha. They are out of my mind. Okay? They are out of my mind means born out of my mind. Esham Loka Ima Prajaha. And from these people, all these populaces come of all living beings. 7 rishis of long, long ago as well as the four Manus who have their minds resolved in me are born out of my mind. And of these are all these living beings in the world. Now, these Maharshis, they keep on changing depending on the Manvantara. Now, there is a little bit of caution here regarding the sixth verse in the PDF document of the original commentary. After this Tatparya, there was an error. And that error, as though reads that Brahmaji's daytime is 4,032,000, etc. So many years. 4,320,000 years, which is just equivalent to one Mahayuga. If you consider the Kali Yuga is 4,32,000 years, and 10 times the Kali Yuga is one Mahayuga, and that one Mahayuga is, instead of 4,32,000 years for Kali Yuga span, the Mahayuga span will be 10 times that. It will be 4,322,000 years. That is the one which is mentioned in the commentary, that PDF. You will have to please correct that. I happen to write that this error has occurred to the Arshavidya Gurukulam Coimbatore, but apparently they have not taken any action in this connection. But it is clear it was an inadvertent error. Anyway, that is apart from that. Now, this Maharshayaha, they keep on changing in the Manvantara, in all the Manvantaras. Now, the Manvantaras are 14, isn't it? And how that 14, how they share the Kalpa? Kalpa is what? Kalpa is
the daytime of Brahmaji.
Daytime of Brahmaji. And the daytime of Brahmaji is Sahasra Yuga Paryantam. That Yuga is Mahayuga. That Mahayuga, each Mahayuga is 4,320,000 years, which is 10 times the span of one Kali Yuga. 10 times the span of Kali Yuga is one Mahayuga. Because if you recollect, twice Kali Yuga is the Dwapara Yuga, the span wise, and thrice Kali Yuga is the Treta Yuga, again span wise. Span means a number of years wise, and 4 times the Kali Yuga is the Kruta Yuga or Satya Yuga. So 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1, that makes it 10. Okay? So 10 times Kali Yuga is equivalent to one Mahayuga. And this one Mahayuga also will have, in addition to this 10 times, it will have 20% more, which will cater to the twilight years between each passing Yuga. So that will be instead of 10 times, it is 12 times. 12 times. So if you reckon that, you will arrive at the Manvantara span. Manvantara is Brahmaji's daytime span divided by 14. 14 Manus will share Brahmaji's daytime span. And so, like Dr. Brahmara happened to mention quite some weeks back, this comes to nearly about 310 million years. Each Manvantara is nearly equivalent to 310 million years. My God, a lot of time span. And these Maharshis, they keep on changing based on the Manvantara. In this Manvantara, which is what? Vaivasvata Manvantara. Vaivasvata Manvantara. I believe the Maharshis are said to be Marichi. Incidentally, Marichi's son is Kashyapa. Marichi's son is Kashyapa. And Kashyapa had some 13 or 14 wives. who were the daughters of Daksha Prajapati. And out of these 13 or 14, Diti is one, Aditi is one, Danu is one, then Vinata is one, then like that, a number of people. All these are sisters, mind you, sisters, and all these sisters, they were at loggerheads with each other, like Diti and Aditi. Diti gave birth to Daityas, okay? Daityas, like Hiranya, Kashipu, Hiranyaksha, those people. Aditi has given birth to Adityas. Danu has given birth to Danavas. Vinata has given birth to Vainateyas. Vainateya. The Vainateya is only one, Garutman. His elder brother.
So these 14 Manus and their respective wives, the offsprings of them, do they live in those 14 lokas?
No, that is not connected.
There are 14 lokas, isn't it?
True, that is mentioned. In the 14 lokas, all living beings will be residing. That is the meaning. Okay? And
Okay.
these will govern even the other 14 lokas also. Not only our loka, they will govern the other 13 lokas also. Each Manu. Not that for each loka there is a Manu. No. The Manu, who is one amongst the 14, will govern all the lokas during his time period. And we are in the 7th Manvantara, which is Vaivasvata Manvantara. And there are 7 more to come. The names of the rishis are Marichi, Angirasa, Atri, Pulastya. Pulastya is what? He is the ancestor of Ravanasura. Ravanasura is considered as Paulastya. Pulastya Kula Sambhavan. Okay? He is a grandson or a great-grandson of Pulastya. Marichi, Angirasa, Atri, Pulastya. That makes it 4. Vasishtha, Pulaha, and Kratu. These pertain to the Vaivasvata Manvantara. And when the Manvantara changes, the rishis also change. Some of these may continue and others may join, or the whole lot of them may change. If you are interested in the detail of this, I can check up and get you. That is very clearly mentioned by Vyasa Bhagavan in the appendage to the Mahabharata. Appendage to the Mahabharata is what? Okay, that gives the Vishnu Vamshakrama, etc. Okay, if you're interested, I'll get to that. Otherwise, we'll skip that. Now, the number of Manus, the names are the 6 Manvantaras which have passed by, which are in the past time, are Swayambhuva Manvantara, Swarochisha Manvantara, Uttama Manvantara. In this Uttama Manvantara, only few people recollect. If you recollect, Uttama was the Manu, whose son, I think, whose sons were 2, and one of the children of the sons is Dhruva. Dhruva belongs to the Uttama Manvantara. Then Tamasa, Raivata, Chakshusha, then Vaivasvata. We are in the 7th Manvantara, Vaivasvata. There are a number of Savarnis. This is a 7. There are 7 Savarni Manus. Savarni, Daksha Savarni, Brahma Savarni, then Dharma Savarni, Rudra Savarni, Rauchya Savarni, and Indra Savarni. All these. Now, Chatvaro Manavastada, the 4 Manus who were singled out by Bhagavan as the Prajapatis are these Daksha Savarne, Brahma Savarne, Dharma Savarne, and Rudra Savarne. All these are mentioned in the PDF document which Dr. Brahmara has sent to all of you. In that, there is only one error regarding that time frame, which kindly correct. The 7 rishis of long ago, as well as the 4 Manus who have their minds resolved in me, are born of my mind, and of these are all these living beings in the world. And from out of Marichi, I mentioned Kashyapa Prajapati. That Kashyapa Prajapati is supposed to be almost the foremost of the people who had engendered a lot of living beings in the world. Okay? You say the Bhucharas, like us and the animals, like the Khagacharas, like the Vainateya, all the birds, or like the Jalacharas, like the crocodiles, the fish, the various types of fish, the Timingalas, etc. All those things were engendered by Kashyapa through one of the wives of, through the several wives of Daksha Prajapati. Now,
You mean the daughters of Daksha Prajapati?
yeah, daughters, yeah. Yeah, I must have said wrongly. Yeah, thank you for correction. Through the daughters of Daksha Prajapati. Daksha Prajapati had a number of daughters. Out of that, 27 were given in marriage to the moon god. 27, right? And 13, I think, were given to Kashyapa. The other balanced 10, I think 50, he had 50 daughters, balanced 10 were given to different sets of people, different rishis.
Is that why we have 28 phases of the moon?
Which one?
The phases of the moon. 27, we have 28.
No. Phases of the moon are because of the compassion of Bhagavan Ishvara, Parameshwara. Parameshwara means Shankara. He took pity on the moon god. What happened was, out of these 27, there is one in whom moon god has shown excessive favor. Krishna.
Rohini Nakshatra.
That water glass. Yeah. Excessive favor he has shown. And that Daksha Prajapati's daughter's name is Rohini. And the 26 other daughters went and complained to Daksha, saying he is not taking care of us. The husband of ours is only partial to Rohini and he does not even look at us. Then Daksha Prajapati happened to counsel the Soma. Okay, so Soma is the moon god. But Soma did not really care. And he went on moving excessively with Rohini only. And neither did Rohini do anything to amend the situation. She was happy that her husband is very, very doting on her completely, and she is excessively happy. Then Daksha, when he came to know a second time through his other 26 daughters, he cursed moon god that you shall be afflicted with Kshayarogam, tuberculosis. Okay, tuberculosis. And this fellow, moon god, he was stricken with the Kshayarogam. Then some good Samaritan like Narada happened to advise him, hey, you pray to Lord Shiva. He is the only one who can lift you out of this morass. Then he prays to Lord Shiva. The place where he has prayed to Lord Shiva is on the western coast of India. Western coast of India, there he prayed to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva was pleased with him, and he has kind of converted the curse of Daksha as though like the glories of the moon god. The first fortnight he will be having his brilliance ascending from Padjami to Purnima. Then in the next fortnight, in the Krishna Paksha, it will start descending as though he is conforming to Daksha's curse. And when the final new moon day arrives, he is totally dark. This had satisfied Daksha also. And Shiva was so pleased with the moon god. The moon god was also very, very happy that Shiva has really saved his day. And he prayed to Lord Shiva, please, Paramatma, have me on your head. So that is how Lord Shiva has the crescent moon on his head. The crescent moon on his head generally should be on the right side, but some photographs show wrongly on the left side, because left side belongs to Mother Parvati. You can't have some other being there on the left side. Anyway, that kind of, that's a minor detail. That is how. So Maharshaya Saptapurve Chatvaro.
I know it's a very mundane question, but why crescent and not a full moon on Shiva's head?
Because the full moon is not everlasting. It is only on one day. Whereas the crescent is available not only along with the full moon, in the Krishna Paksha also, in the rest of the some 13 and a half, 14 days. Most of the days the crescent is available.
Makes
That's
sense.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Lord Shiva would not have anything which is evanescent. Lord Shiva would very, very happily wear something and support something which is nearly Avinashi. That's it. Maharshaya Sattapurve Chatvaro Manavastada Madbhava Manasa Jataha Esham Loka Ima Prajaha. Then, yeah. Any doubts on this? These are all from these are though in the Bhagavad Gita, these apparently have been mentioned in some Vedanta texts also, in the Upanishads also. Otherwise, it will not be finding a place in the Gita, number one. People are a dime a dozen to keep on objecting to any minor error here and there in the Shastra. And Gita Shastram, Idam Punyam, this cannot have something which is erroneous. That's how it is. Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yo veti tatvataha so vikampena yogena yujyate natra samshayaha. Etam mama vibhutim, these my glories, mama yogam cha, and my connection with that. We will see what is that connection. Bhagavan, why should he have any connection with anything at all? He is Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, Advayam Brahma. And this Advayam Brahma, what kind of a connection is he talking of? We will see what is that. Etam Mama Vibhutim Cha Yogam Cha. Okay, my glories and my connection to this glory. Yo veti, whoever knows, saha, that person, yujyate, is equipped, endowed. Adhikampena, adhikampena means with an understanding, with a vision which is unshaken, which is stiraha, with a stira bhavaha, Na atra samshayaha. There's no doubt about this. The one who knows this glory of mine and my connection with that in reality is endowed with unshaken vision. There's no doubt about this. And what is this connection? What is this connection? Parameshwara, okay. Brahmashraya, Satvarajastamo Gunatmika, Maya Asti. Tataha Jagat Sambhutaha. Isn't it? The Jagat has come about from the Tataha, from Maya. Isn't it? Maharshaya Saptapurve Chatvaro Manavastada Madbhava Manasa Jataha. Madbhava Manasa Jataha means they are all Mayodbhavam. These are all these Maharshis and this Chatvaro Manavaha Stada and the balance 10 Manus also. All those things, they are part of the Jagat. Which is what? Jagat is Mayodbhavam. Is it not? Is Jagat Satyam?
No, it's Mithya.
It is not Satyam. It is Mithya. Yeah, thank you. Jagat is Mithya. And Bhagavan is what? Mithya, Satya.
Satya.
Satya. And Satya Bhagavan is talking at the connection with the Mithya Jagat. So, whoever knows this in reality, in this manner, Tatvataha, knows in reality, Saha Avikampena Yogena Yujyate Natra Samshayaha. Because he is such a wise person, this Maharshayaha Saptapurve Chatvaro Manavastada, who have been the Prajapatis of yore, and they have been responsible for all the living beings in all the lokas. They are so wise that they will appreciate my connection with this development. Maharshayaha, Saptapurve, Chatvaro, Manavastada. All these are in reality not there. They are Mayodbhavam. They are Mayodbhavam. As long as you take the Jagat to be real, forgetting the underlying factor called Bhagavan in the Jagat, you don't see Bhagavan at all. You see the variants in the Jagat only. Then as long as that happens, these connections are as though real. Tatvataha Vekti. One who knows this glory of mine and my connection with that, in reality, he is endowed with unshaken vision. There's no doubt about this. Then, next verse. Yeah. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha matta sarvam pravartate mattaha sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava samanvitaha. Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. I am the cause for everything in creation. Mattaha sarvam pravartate. And because of me, everything is kind of sustained and supported. Iti matva, thus matva, knowing, bhajante mam, they worship me. Buddhaha, wise people, bhava samanvitaha, with an attitude which has got all the beautiful qualities I mentioned earlier. Buddhi jnanam asammohaha, krama satyam damashyamaha, sukham dukkham bhavo abhavo, bhayam cha abhayameva cha, ahimsa samata tushtihi, tapodanam yasho ayashaha, bhavanti bhava bhutanam mattayeva pruthak vidaha. I mentioned that. And those Buddha bhava samanvitaha, Buddhaha, wise people, they will bhajanti, they worship me. Yeah. Can we go to Pratipadadha and Tatparya? Aham sarvasya prabhavaha. I am the creator of everything. I am the creator of everything. See, these are beautiful things. Chaturvarnyam maya srushtam. I have created the Chaturvarnyas. Tasya kartaram api mam. Akartaram vidhi. Even though I have done that, understand I have not done. Hey, what is this Kataya you are saying? You are saying in one word that you have created, and you say you have not created. What is that? The meaning is, as long as Jagat is considered as real and Paramatma is forgotten, in the so-called real Jagat, the Chaturvarnyam is Maya Srushtam. And the moment you wake up to the reality that the Jagat is Mithya and seek me only, then the reality of the Jagat falls flat. At that time, I am not the creator. Chaturvanyam maya srishtam guna karma vibhagashah tasya kartaramapi mam vidhi akartaram avyayam. I am avyayam akartaram vidhi. Understand, I have not done that. I have not done that. He has though talked like one of our MLAs and MPs. Though I have said this, I have not said this. This is kind of morphed and things like that. All these people are talking now. Ketappa was not talking like that. He is fearless. And he says, though I have done, I have not done. That's what you need to understand. That is the connection of me and the Jagat. So, Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha. Buddha Bhava Samanvitaha. They will understand. Aham Sarvasya Prabhavaha. I am the creator of everything. Mattaha Sarvam Pravartate. Everything is supported and sustained by me. Iti Matva. Thus knowing. Buddhaha, the wise men. Bhava Samanvitaha. Endowed with this kind of a vision. Mam Bhajante. They worship me and gain me. Mam Bhajante means they become me. They as though become me. Why I said as though is there's no becoming. They realize that they are I. They realize it's a matter of knowledge dawning. It is a matter of abolishing the tormenting ajnanam. There's no becoming. I am the creator of everything, and because of me, everything is sustained. Thus knowing, wise men endowed with vision gain me. And afterwards, what all they do? What would they do? These wise people, Machittaha, Madgata Pranaha, Bodhayanta Parasparam, Kadayantascha Mam Nityam, Tushyanti Ramanti Cha. Beautiful. Machittaha, they always have their mind immersed in me. Machittaha, Madgata Pranaha, saying the Antakarana and the Sarvani, Jnana, Karmendriyani, all these things are considered to be pranas. Machittaha, Madgata Pranaha, the pranas, all those things are as though looking for Madgata Pranaha. Bodhayanta Parasparam, Bodhayantaha. Bodhayantaha is different from Kathayantaha. That also is there. Kathayantaha means they will keep on telling stories like the Puranic lore stories. Okay, Kathayantaha. Bodhayantaha, they keep on mutually teaching each other. Bodhayanta Parasparam, mutually Parasparam. Machittaha, Madgata Pranaha, Bodhayanta Parasparam, Kadhayantascha. They keep on telling all related stories about me. Stories means all related topics connected with me. Kadhayantascha Mam Nityam, about me. They keep on telling about my glories. Tushyanti Ramanti Cha. They will be highly satisfied and they will revel in their activities thus. Machittaha, whose minds are in me. Madgata Pranaha, whose living is resolved in me. Bodhayantaha, mutually teaching each other. Kadhayantascha Mam, and talking about me. Talking about means in a very interesting manner they will talk about him. Talk about him. How Hiranyaksha was eliminated by who? But why, by what avatara?
Narasimha Avatara.
No, Hiranyaksha.
Hiranyaksha, sorry, Varaha avatar.
Varaha.
Varaha, sorry.
Varaha
Hiranyakashipu was...
That's correct. Hiranyakashipu was eliminated by Nrsimhavatara. All those things, they beautifully keep on describing about me and how Prahlada happened to be the hero of that episode. It was not Hiranyakashipu who was the hero. The real hero was Prahlada. The Prahlada, that Prahlada Charitam is very adequately covered in the Bhagavatam. Beautiful, beautiful episodes are there in the Bhagavatam. One of those is Prahlada Charitam. Those whose minds are in me, whose living is resolved in me, teaching one another and always talking about me, they are always satisfied and they revel always. Tushyanti charamanti cha. It is not as though somebody has compelled them to keep on doing the kadhana and the bodhana. No, out of their own free will. Machittaha, madgata pranaha, bodhayanta parasparam. Like you people, immediately after this Zoom discussions on the Gita, you very voluntarily you have taken to the manana. That manana happens and you should be doing, I'm pretty sure about that, kathayantasya maam nityam bodhayanta parasparam. This kind of a thing is happening. It is so very good, and such a fruitful activity that you have undertaken. It is not by any compulsion. Anything that is an activity based on compulsion will have its own demerits. And anything which is voluntary will have its very fragrant attitude as long as that activity goes on. It will be beautiful. Those whose minds are in me, whose living is resolved in me, teaching one another and always talking about me, they are satisfied and they revel in those activities. They like to continue those activities. That is it. Tesham. And what is the recompense from Bhagavan for their very nice behavior? What is that Bhagavan is going to give? Tesham. Not that they have desired Bhagavan anything. There is no karma phala that they have wanted. But Bhagavan is so pleased with them. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. Mam upayanti te. They will as though take that to be with me and be me. Tesham satata yuktanam. For those who are always committed to me. Satata yuktanam. Okay? Priti purvakam bhajatam. Seeking me with love. Earlier in the 9th chapter, Bhagavan has mentioned what? Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati. That bhaktya, that bhajatam priti purvakam. Okay? They will love to do bhajana of me, to any activity connected with me. Earlier again in the 9th chapter, what did Bhagavan say? Yat karoshi, yadashnasi, yajjuhoshi, dadasi yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. These people will do that positively. Priti purvakam bhajatam, seeking me with love. Tam buddhi yogam, for those people, that vision of knowledge. Aham dadami, that aham is to be understood. Dadami, I, yena, with this, the vision of knowledge, which I, as though, give them, dadami, I give, yena, with this, te mam upayanti, they reach me. They discover that they are indeed I. For those who are always committed to me, seeking me with love, I give that vision whereby they reach me. I give that vision means what? Bhagavan, earlier he said, Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshostina priyaha. This was said in the 9th chapter. That is why 9th chapter is a kind of a basis for this 10th chapter, especially the first about 15-20 verses of the 10th chapter. Afterwards, it's a kind of a compendium of glories of Bhagavan. We will see that. I give that vision whereby they reach me. But why is he giving? Is he not being partial? Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshostina priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So whatever was mentioned. Okay. Now, this, what is Bhagavan doing? How is he giving that vision? That means what? Any obstacle, any Purva Janma Dushkrita related obstacles that may be bothering them, I shall remove. That is the meaning. For those who are always committed to me, seeking me with love, I give that vision whereby they reach me. They reach me. I will make their travel towards me as though very, very fruitful and very, very trouble-free. Next verse, please. Yeah. Tesham eva anukampadham. Anukampadham. Out of beautiful compassion. Tesham eva anukampadham. Like even a mother who is trying to help a little infant crawling for the first time. Tesham eva anukampadham. Crawling, and the infant as though tumbles and falls down and starts crying. What does the mother do? Mother goes out of anukampa, out of compassion. The mother will say something very soothing to the baby, and the baby is made to re-attempt the crawl. Tesham eva anukampadham aham ajnanajam tamaha. Ajnanajam tamaha. That tamaha, that darkness, ajnanajam, which is born out of ajnanam, nashayami, I will destroy that. That tamas I shall destroy. Why? Tesham eva anukampadham. Out of compassion for them, they have been striving to rediscover who they are indeed. And in that, they have been successful to an extent. They have been failures. They are falling, getting up, falling and getting up. Because of the anukampata, because of anukampa, I shall give them the various boost. But that boost is what? This tamaha aham nashayami. Nashayami atma bhavastha jnana deepena bhasvata. Atma bhavastaha. Atma bhavastaha means what? It is bothering their attempts because their mind is clouded with this ajnana. Ajnana jam tamaha. This ajnana janita tamas. That tamas, that darkness, is as though covering their attempts to regain knowledge based on which they discover who they were, who they are. So I will help them. Tesham eva anukampadham aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami atma bhavastaha jnana deepena bhasvata. I shall, as though light the lamp of knowledge, which destroys that ajnanajam tamaha. Ajnana janitam, darkness, would be destroyed by the help of the end that I rendered to him, because I render because of compassion. Tesham eva anukampadham. Tesham eva. For them alone, not everybody. For them alone. Why them alone? What have they done earlier? Katayantasya mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha bodhayanta parasparam. All those things they have been doing and continuing doing. A lot. Those kind of people only. For them alone, anukampa, them out of compassion, atma bhavastaha, aham, I, obtaining in the thought of the mind, jnanadipena bhasvata, by the shining lamp of knowledge. Listen now, all of us are very, very meticulously meeting at the appropriate time every day for the Zoom discussion on the Bhagavad Gita. Is it not because of the glory of Bhagavan? Is it not Bhagavan that is kind of waking us up to the reality that, hey, you are going very close to 8:30 in the evening, California time. Hey, you go join the Zoom meeting. Don't you miss that? Is it not Anukampa? Anukampa by Bhagavan. Nashayami Atma Bhavastaha Jnanadipena Bhasvata. To that extent, Bhagavan is also helping people like us who are making some small steps in that direction. And Bhagavan knows that these small steps will eventually be very big strides, and that he will ensure also. It depends on our commitment. Okay? For them alone, out of compassion, I, obtaining the thought of their mind. Thought of the mind means their mind. Destroy the delusion born out of ignorance by the shining lamp of knowledge. It is a lamp of knowledge that can destroy any ajnanam. Lamp of knowledge only. Na karmana, na prajaya, dhanena, chyagenaike amrutatvamana shuho. That ahankara chyaga is required for you to understand that you are immortal. Na jayate, na mriyate va kadachit, na ayam bhutva bhavita va anabhuyaha, ajaha, nityaha, shashvataha. Puranaha, na hanyate, hanyamane sharire. What adjectives, what descriptions. Na jayate doesn't, it's not born. Na jayate, namriyate, never is destroyed. Na jayate, namriyate va kadachit, never. Na ayam bhutva, having now been, nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyaha. It's not as though in future it will not be, it will be. Because not only it is ajam, it is shashvataha. Puranaha, it has been coming from ancient times. Puranaha, na hanyate hanyamane sharire. If the body is destroyed, this is not eliminated. And this is najayate namriyate va kadachit. That kind of revelation Bhagavan gives us. How? Nashayami atma bhavastaha jnanadipena bhasvata. I shall as though enter in the form of the jnanadipa in their mind, which will banish the ajnanayam tamaha. Ajnanayam tamaha. This tamaha is ajnana janitam. This kind of a verse tells us that there is no other way. There is no other path. People talk of different paths. There are no paths. There is only one path. That is the Jnana Marga. Okay, it is only through Jnana. You have forgotten who you are, and you have to remember who you are. And that is possible only by Jnana. You will have to redeem yourself by Jnana. Atma tu satatam praptopi apraptavata vidyaya. Atma tu satatam praptopi. Even though Atma is always obtaining with you, you are Atma. Apraptavat avidyaya, because of ignorance. Apraptavat bhati. Tannashe with avidyanashe. Tannashe praptavad bhati swakanta bharanam yatha. When the ajnanam is destroyed, it as though seems that it is obtained. It is not obtained. It is rediscovered. That's all. It is not obtained. Anything that you obtain is a kind of a karma phala. And this is not the karma phala. This is the jnana phala. And the jnana will have to take place in your mind. Some people say you have to transcend the mind to know who you are. This is very funny. When you transcend the mind, with what other means do you discover yourself? What is that? What is, you can't discover yourself by transcending the mind. What jnanam has to take place in the mind, which is swimming in ajnanajam tamaha. If you transcend that also, where is the redemption for you? You will forever become an ajnani. Forever you will be swimming in ajnanam. There is no other way. This transcending the mind is a very funny wording. I don't know. A lot of people say that. No, you have to transcend. If at all they want to say, you have to transcend the impure mind and rediscover yourself through the purity of the mind. And towards that, you will have to do what? Karma yoga anushtana. You will have to do what else? Yoga, nidijasana, jhanam. All these things are to be done by the mind. Jhanam is to be done by the mind. If you transcend that, what help can you have? If you transcend the mind, where is the nidijasana? And Gita is supposed to be a grantha for nidijasana. Upanishads are meant for Shravanam, and Brahma Sutras are meant for Dhyanam, Mananam, okay? Mananam, and Gita is supposed to be for Nididhyasanam, for you to root yourself in what little you have gained through the Shravana of the Upanishads and through the Manana of the Brahma Sutras. You make an effort to root yourself in that. That is Nididhyasanam, and Gita is supposed to be the Shastram for that. For that, for all these things, the mind is important. Mind is required. Manasa eva idam aptavyam. This has to be rediscovered only through the mind. Manasa eva idam aptavyam. There is no other way. So jnanam jnanadipena bhasvata. Jnanadipena bhasvata. Bhagavan is giving a kind of a commitment for them alone, out of compassion. I, obtaining the thought of the mind, destroy the delusion born of ignorance by the shining lamp of knowledge. By the shining lamp of knowledge. See, you people are having a lot of doubts, some beautiful doubts, really some beautiful doubts. All those doubts to emanate in your mind also, it is the glory of Bhagavan. Don't you forget that. Moment to moment of our life is kind of governed by the glory of Bhagavan. If we are alive and kicking, it is because of the glory of Bhagavan. He wishes that we continue doing what we are doing. That is the glory of Bhagavan. That must be acknowledged. And that will pave the way for bhakti. Otherwise, it will become vibhakti. Not having bhakti. Vibhakti is not having bhakti. Okay?
It is being in a state of gratitude for whatever we got.
Correct.
Therefore, grace will flow.
Correct. Correct. So that's how it is. From tomorrow, I think the Arjuna will have some, half a dozen verses, and afterwards, Bhagavan will take over. We will have the glories of Bhagavan announced through his own mouth. Announced through his own mouth. And the glories of Bhagavan Looks like maybe we'll cover that topic tomorrow. Today it's already 1 minute more than what we ought to have. Right? Hari Om everybody, we'll see tomorrow. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.
Hari
Hari
Om.
Om.
Thank you.
Hari Om, Nana. Thank you.
Hari Om, Nana.
Hello. Shall we break for Manana now, or do we watch another video? I will leave it to you.
Can we watch another one?
Okay. I will just start sharing. We'll watch for 15 minutes and then we'll have Manana. Okay.
Jai Gurudev, one question, Brahmaraji. That sentence was very important. That Manana, Shravana, and Nididhyas. He gave the different this thing. For Nididhyas, it is Bhagavad Gita. For Shravana and Manana, what he said.
Shravana is Upanishads and Dhyana is Brahma Sutras.
Manana is Brahma Sutras.
No, Dhyana.
Dhyana is Brahma Sutras.
Manana, I think, sorry, I think it's Manana. Manana is Brahma Sutras and
No, I'm getting confused. 1 second. Shravana is Upanishads. Nididhyas is?
Nididhyasana is Bhagavad Gita.
And Dhyana is?
Dhyana or Manana, I'm not sure. It must be Manana is Brahma Sutras.
That means Aham Brahmasmi wala, na?
Correct.
Tattvamasi and that all 4, 5.
Because the 3 steps are, the 3 stages are Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasana, right? So
Correct,
I think that is Manana.
Okay. And impure mind is to be transcended. You cannot transcend the mind to get the Nididhyas. Very important. Jai Gurudev.
ज्ञानदीपेन भास्वता अर्जुन उवाच एव च आदित्यानाम् महर्षीणां भृगुरहं गिरामस्म्यैकमक्षरम् यज्ञानां जपयज्ञोऽस्मि Stavaranam Himalayah. Yeah. Can you go back to verse number 10? Yesterday we had covered verses 10 and 11 also, but we will just about touch upon them. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam yenam payanti te. Incidentally, any doubts from yesterday?
In the PDF, Swamiji had mentioned that he gave the analogy of a lamp, of how this, if you keep constantly thinking about him, how the knowledge happens. He gave the example of a well-oiled lamp and a wick. In that, he said the oil is likened to bhakti, is the attitude you have, and the wick is likened to your the buddhi, a well purified buddhi, a buddhi which has got antakarana shuddhi and nischalatvam is there. Now
Mano
naischalatvam, and strong winds are like raga and dvesha that might put off the light of the lamp. In that, how does the who lights the lamp? How does that knowledge happen when all of this is done?
No. See, any example that is given, it is to make us understand that which is very subtle to understand. The example should not be broken to such an extent as to asking who lights the lamp. No.
Yeah, I know. But then you have prepared your mind.
Yeah.
So do you wait till that knowledge happens? How does that knowledge dawn?
Knowledge dawns. Knowledge is always there. Only thing is that knowledge is covered up by ajnanam. It is only a matter of removing the veil of ajnanam. That knowledge will present itself, which is always there. Megha paye amshumani va. Amshumani is always there, as though covered by the megha. As though covered by the megha. And megha is also, Amshuman is the very cause for even the megha. Understand?
Correct.
Amshuman is the very cause for even the megha, and the megha as though covers Amshuman. That when it is removed, that veil of ignorance is gone, then Swayameva Atmanatmanam, it will manifest in one's own mind by one's own free will. That's all. It is there all the time. It is not known. Ajnanena avrutam jnanam tena muhyanti jantavaha. Ajnanena avrutam, it is veiled. Jnanam is veiled. Tena muhyanti jantavaha. Because of that, we're all deluded. If jnanam has to take place, that means what? It is absent now. If it is absent now, we are not Atma Swarupis, which is not acceptable. That Tvam Pada Lakshadaha Tvameva Tat. Tvam Tat Asi. Tat Tvam Asi. That is all the time, whether we know or not.
So all our
So this is done by the Guru, isn't it?
All our
attempts are to thin down this veil of ignorance.
All our attempts are
Down
to
and
get it off
dissolve.
Ajnanam.
Yeah, dissolve this veil of ignorance.
Yes, get it off Ajnanam. And for that, Bhagavan's Krupa is necessary. That is what Bhagavan is saying. Dadami buddhi yogam tam. I shall give them the necessary discriminative faculties. Yena mam upayanti te, using which they will make an effort to reach me, to be me. And in the verse it clearly says, Jnanadipena bhasvata, with the shine of Jnanadipa. Can you go to the 11th verse? Yeah. Tesham eva anukampadham aham ajnanajam tamaha. Aham ajnanajam tamaha. This tamaha, where did it come from? Ajnanajam. This is produced by ajnanam. The tamas is produced by ajnanam. The tamas is darkness. Not just a satvarastam, rajastamo gunas, tamaha. No, not really. That is darkness. Because of the darkness, you are not able to know yourself, see yourself properly. Tesham eva anukampadam, out of pure compassion. Poor chaps have been trying very hard to reach me. Anukampadam aham ajnanajam tamaha nashayami. I will destroy that tamaha. That tamaha which is born out of ajnanam. Ajnanajam nashayami atmabhavastaha. And in their minds, jnanadipena bhasvata. Bhasvata means with the shine of that. With the shine of that, jnanadipena. With the lamp of knowledge shining in their minds. Nashayami ajnanajam tamaha. Why? Anukampadham. For them alone, out of compassion, I, obtaining in the thought of the mind, destroy the delusion born of ignorance by the shining lamp of knowledge. Okay? Now Swamiji has given you the example, etc. That example is for us to appreciate the tattva. In reality, what Bhagavan has mentioned. If we have understood that and we have made that our own property, kind of, it becomes knowledge. For them alone, out of compassion, I, obtaining the thought of the mind, destroy the delusion born of ignorance by the shining lamp of knowledge. Now, some other lady was about asking something else along with you, Brahmara. Maybe that was sounded like Kusuma.
Jai Gurudev Nanaji, I said for this ajnana to be removed, you said grace of the Lord is the one who is going to remove that ajnana, the ignorance. So this is where the Guru Gita, no, there is that ajnana timirandasya jnananjana shalagaya chakshurun militamena tasmai Shri Gurave namaha. So that's where the role of the Guru comes.
Correct. Role of the Guru comes. And the Guru is qualified. Everybody is not a Guru. And the Guru, when we start the Gita class, we chant one sloka, isn't it? Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam. In his presence, you feel absolutely comforted. Paramasukhadam Brahmanandam. The one which gives you immense anandam. Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim. And that Guru is simply Jnanamurti. Personified Jnanam. Kevalam Jnanamurtim. Dvandvatitam gagana sadrusham. Dvandva atitam. Sukha dukkhadi dvandvas, they do not taint him. Dvandvatitam gagana sadrusham. Gagana sadrusham akashavat. Nalipyate. Nalipyate papaihi sarvaihi. Gagana sadrusham tattvamasya. See, when I broke, I forgot this slok. Brahmanandam paramasukadam kevalam jnanamotim dvandvatitam gagana sudrusham tattvamasya laksham. He is the laksham for the Mahavakyas. Tattvamasya adi Mahavakyas. He is the laksham. Tattvamasyaadilakshyam ekam nityam vimalam malarahitam. Ekam nityam vimalam. Ekam nityam vimalam. What is that?
Vimalam achalam.
Huh?
Vimalam achalam.
Vimalam achalam achalam.
Sarvati.
Ekam nityam vimalam achalam sarvadhi sakshibhutam. He is the very witness in all the minds. Sarvadhi sakshibhutam bhavatitam. His greatness, his immense greatness is it is not available for your appreciation. Bhavatetam trigunarahitam. And he is a gunatita. That is why he is a triguna rahitam. Gunatitaha. 14th chapter we will come to know who is a gunatita. Triguna rahitam sarvadhi sakshibhutam.
Tatgurum tam namami.
Triguna rahitam sadgurum tam namami. That's Sadgurum. That's Satgurum. That Guru who will enable you to appreciate what is that Sat. Sat. Kalatrayepi tishtati iti Sat. Along with that, it's as though attributes Chittan Anandam. Sadgurum tam namami. That kind of a Guru. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha. Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tasmai, to him, Gurave Namaha. Aham Namani. Yeah, correct. Guru Krupa is required. Guru Krupa is required in spite of your best efforts, in spite of your Purushartha, which is appropriately used for Mokshardham. In spite of it, Guru Krupa and Bhagavad Krupa in the form of Guru Krupa maybe, Bhagavad Krupa is required to ward off the obstacles which have been samskara janitam by you alone in the coming from the previous births. Those things we do not know. Like we do not know which other thought next moment we are going to think. We do not know. That is all samskara janitam, swabhava janitam, prakriti janitam. To ward off all those bad influences, this krupa is required. Right? Yeah, can we go forward?
Yeah, there's one more question regarding karma.
Uh-huh.
When we
We'll watch the remaining from tomorrow. We'll watch the remaining tomorrow. I think we'll break for Manana for 10 minutes at least. We have about 7 minutes. So from all that we have listened to till now. Does anyone wants to share your takeaways? Please go ahead.
Hari Om. Very, very beautiful. It is so nice to go through again dear Nanaji's session. It is reminding us how Bhagwan's, because of his Vibhuti only, we are again and again coming back to the same core, discussing his glories. That is also because of him only that we have again started this beautiful session, and that is helping us for bhakti. Nanaji said so beautifully, it is not vibhakti, bhakti. So these are the two takeaways, that when we are having continuously Kitaya as our goal throughout our day, then he only will help us to remain in that, to revel in that. Tushyant teacher, Raman teacher. Very beautiful. Dhanyavad.
It's such a beautiful chapter wherein Bhagavan talks of his own glory. He is giving the connection between the Brahma and Jagat. All his glories are in the Jagat, which is Mithya. But he said, those who know this connection, they of course will reach me and they would recognize me. So all the vibhutis he's talking of are in the Mithya Jagat, which is Maya Janitam, Ajnana Janitam. And the more we are caught up in this world, the less we are rooted in him. But the more we are rooted in him, then this Jagat is like a play. It becomes a source of, it will not become a source of misery. You will only be in that witness space. Which is what Gurudev keeps saying. He says, don't give so much importance to events. Otherwise, the event will become bigger than you. You are bigger than the event. So that remaining in that Satyam, and not getting caught up in the Mithya is important. Although that Arjuna had asked, that I am here, I would like to know what are the ways in which I can meditate upon you. That is when Bhagavan himself unfolds his glories.
And I also love those qualities, ahimsa, samata, tushti, how important the tushti is. Last time, I think day before yesterday, Nanaji had told about that Bhagavan eating just one grain and feeling satisfied. So how important it is to have that tushti.
And we may do all our efforts, but without Bhagavad Kripa or Guru Kripa, that is so important, an essential ingredient in this journey. And because of that itself, we are able to even do what we are doing. But ultimately, to get to the point of recognizing for that knowledge, that jnana deepena bhas, for that jnana to lighten up our lives, for that you require Guru Kripa. To remove all these pratibandhakas, which are born out of our samskaras, our vasanas, purva janma sukruta. We don't know in countless lives how many we have accrued, all these patterns and tendencies. it is funny and amazing that from Anatma we're moving towards Atma. So being in this Nitya Jagat, learning about all these Puranas and all these stories and all that, which is again Mithya, we are going towards Satya.
Hari Om Brahmaraji, I did not get one statement made by Nanaji today that Kashyapa and his offsprings, I mean, they had like for destruction of Prakriti, something he said, I did not get
No,
it.
he said he was responsible for engendering all the creatures you are gathering.
Engendering. Okay, I heard endangering. Oh, okay,
No,
okay.
no, engendering. Because
Okay, okay. Got it, got it.
he
Yeah,
had
yeah.
what, 14 wives?
Yes.
He had 14 wives, whereas Moon had 27 wives. There is, so all these were daughters, offsprings of Daksha Prajapati.
Okay.
So,
Such a Agnani I am. That engender, Nanaji said, I heard it endanger.
yeah, it's no, you're not an Ajnani. It is just that you heard it differently. That's all, right? So it's fine. Which is why Manana is to clarify. So we'll close here today. We'll continue tomorrow. I will check. Maybe I'm not sure whether I missed one of Nana's earlier videos, because there were two videos which had the same date, August 14th. I will just check that out. In case we missed one of those, we'll play that here tomorrow. Otherwise, we'll continue from where we left today. Jai Gurudev. Have a wonderful day ahead.
Dhanyavad, Brahmaraji.
Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Gurudev.